into it and saying like, you know, he had a little okay sparring match, you know, roughed me up. It actually taught me a lot, you know.
A few years ago, really likes to brag about winning that. Do you think no matter who won or got the better of or whatever, it's still sparring and it was years ago? Do you think any of that is relevant to what we'll see when they get in there?
I don't think it's relevant, but then again, you never know.
A leaked sparring video shows Romero dominating Ryan Garcia, knocking him down and roughing him up badly. Romero claims he was in full control the entire time, while Garcia admits it was a tough session, but insists it helped him grow as a fighter. He says Romero's power and pressure forced him to adapt. The footage has fans split, some questioning Garcia's toughness, others giving Romero serious credit for exposing him.
When was that sparring video? Let's be honest.
Right.
And I don't know if you were 16, 17.
Yeah, 17.
17, right?
Buck 30,
so
buck 25.
He used the hell out of that video.
He did. He roughed me up.
Was that not wise? It was very wise.
No, that's why I give him credit.
Has he ever thanked you?
Yeah, he didn't give me the thank you, but he said, you know, if you fuck the finest bitch, you're gonna tell everybody you fucked up. I'm like, bro, you crazy. But at the end of the day, you know, he used it to his advantage. I'm not mad at him, but you know, I always wanted to put a stake into it and say like, you know, he had a little okay sparring match, you know, roughed me up. It actually taught me a lot, you know, because I was sparking everybody out everywhere I went.
In sparring.
Everybody, and that in the Mayweather gym. That's why it was even hyped that day for it. So it taught me a lot on what people are gonna try to do to me in the ring.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I see what they're gonna try to do.
It made you better.
Made me better.
Gervonta Davis has admitted that Romero hits harder than anyone he's ever faced, saying Romero's punches felt like getting hit with a brick. Davis's comments highlight just how dangerous and powerful Romero really is in the ring.
Can Rolly put out the upset? I don't want to say that's crazy, but yeah, hopefully for the sake of Rolly, he pulled it off. But it's gonna be a good fight. No? You think? Huh?
Someone's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody get knocked out.
Was it Ryan or was it Rolly? Because they both.
I ain't gonna lie, Rolly hit hard. People be sleeping on Rolly because he been obviously. I don't know how to say it. Obviously. But yeah, if he don't got no chin down, so Rolly be getting caught. But Rolly can hit, bro. Like he can hit. And he's the only person I felt like when he swung, it felt like bricks was in his blood.
Is that the hardest one? Is that the hardest one you faced throughout your whole career? Is that the hardest one?
Who else I sparred that was like that was Danny Garcia. I sparred Danny Garcia, and that guy, he get hit. Danny, what? He Puerto Rican, huh?
Yeah, he's
Everything is ain't gonna lie. He didn't touch me with nothing clean, but when he did touch me, he like hit me all across the ring, like boom, boom. He like, dang.
You see that Ryan's not back, but Eddie Reynoso, obviously Team Canelo. You think that's gonna why do you think that's gonna be good for him?
Because he's around someone. Right, he's around someone that's great like Canelo, so he could be able to feed off of him. Anytime you pit someone like around like other great people, it always rub off. You know what I mean? So I think that him being back with Team Canelo is gonna be great for Ryan.
Along with praising Romero, Gervonta Davis has thrown serious shade at Ryan Garcia, saying flat out that Garcia shouldn't even be a boxer. His comments suggest he questions Garcia's heart, skills, and whether he truly belongs in the sport.
He shouldn't be a boxer. I don't think so. Because it's even just like me, I start watching his like interviews and things like that, just watching him as a person, like trying to get to know him. I just don't see it for him. I just don't see it. Like, boxing on Instagram probably be cool, but not an actual fighter. Like, he should like train people or something like that. I don't know. I just don't see it for him.
As the Romero versus Garcia fight gets closer, a leaked sparring video has surfaced showing Romero dropping Garcia. Romero's been bragging about it, claiming he'll do the same in their real fight. While the footage shows Romero's power, it's worth remembering that sparring isn't the same as a real match, and both fighters have likely improved since that session.
They sparred and Rolly bullied him. Rolly bullied him to the point Ryan was leaking. Go watch that sparring video. His power is definitely legit. Both of them.
He ain't no scrub.
But
you think he gonna be walking Garcia down? all fight.
He definitely gonna be trying to. I'm saying Rolly Romero gonna go in this fight trying to bully him.
Yeah.
He gonna try to come out fast because Ryan is not somebody you want to try to let get in the rhythm.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and he got good reach. You ain't trying to
Really
let
good
him keep.
reach.
You let him keep him at distance. So he definitely got to close that distance all game, all fight.
But in that sparring video, Rolly got hit with that left hook like 10 times, and that was what Head
dropped
get.
off it on that left hook on this highlight tape.
Who?
Rolly. He didn't get dropped, but he got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah.
Interview. The history between Garcia and Romero adds even more hype to their upcoming fight. Their past sparring sessions were reportedly one-sided, with Romero dominating and making it known. This could mess with their heads. Romero might come in feeling confident from those past beatdowns, while Garcia could be out to prove he's not the same fighter who got worked before.
Ryan Garcia gotta redeem himself. He on that PED. He on that. What you think? Who gonna win? Rolly, Ryan Garcia? What's going on?
Well, when you look at these fighters' history, Rolly and Ryan, they have a big history. They actually sparred before. You can go watch their fight on YouTube.
They say he clout chasing.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, man. When I watched the spar, you know, Rolly was beating him, man. Ryan didn't have no answer for Rolly. If Ryan don't be aggressive on Rolly, I feel like Rolly just gonna, you know, take the fight to him. And
check this out. You got Ryan Garcia winning, man. Simple. Rolly gonna have to get that smoke.
The importance of those past sparring sessions between Garcia and Romero has sparked debate among boxing fans. Some believe Romero's dominance back then could give him a mental edge in the actual fight. Others argue sparring doesn't mean much. Fighters often hold back or try new things in training, so it's not always a clear preview of what'll happen under the lights.
As for the sparring between these two, obviously I've seen the sparring. My personal opinion is that I don't really read into it all that much. I think that if you drop a guy in sparring, if you knock a guy out in sparring, if you force him to quit in sparring, then you might always have a part of you that feels like mentally you've got the upper hand on that man, having got the better of him before. But this spar in particular feels completely different to me. The circumstances are just so different because you haven't really bettered that man before, have you, if you're Rolly Romero? Like, I've watched that spar, as most of you guys have, and was it a one-sided beatdown? I didn't really think so. I thought it was a spar where one man was coming to spar in Ryan Garcia and one man was coming to brawl. And remember, there is about a 3.5-year age gap between these two, so I believe at the time of the sparring that we've seen the footage of, Ryan Garcia is about 17, Romero's about 21. That's a big difference, you know. When it's between sort of 25 and 28, it isn't that big a difference, but yeah, 17 and 20 odd or 21, whatever it was, that's a big difference. That's a lot of man strength that Romero's going to have on his side. And for me, it looked like the cleaner work in the earlier rounds was coming from Ryan Garcia, and then I think in the later rounds, as you would expect, the older man got to him a little bit more. I find that of a lot of sparring partners, you know. I'll spar ABA champions and stuff like that, and they'll have quick starts against me where they're vastly more experienced than me, but in the later rounds I'll drag them a little bit deeper and I'll have more success. Those things can happen, and past Riyadh season cards have showed us, especially, you know, Daniel Dubois against Filip Hrgovic, that what happens in sparring doesn't always mean that much when it comes to what happens in the fight.
With tensions high, old footage resurfacing, and trash talk heating up, the stage is set for an explosive showdown between Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. Whether history repeats itself or Garcia flips the script, fans won't want to miss this one. Make sure to subscribe for more fight breakdowns, drama, and behind-the-scenes boxing stories. You don't want to miss what's coming next.